mais qui serait justement dédié à recharger ou en tout cas.
Et Desjardins Entreprises est centré sur une chose, l'épauler dans sa croissance.
On avait hâte à grande ventaille chez Super C.
Prends les crevettes!
Quelle chaussette! Et juste entre nous, ces instructions sont pas claires du tout. Je crois
Aussi de type livre avec un écran intérieur qui pourrait
par les hommes sous un veston, mais ça peut aussi avoir l'air d'une flèche géante.
Allowed to close more rural post offices and that the Crown Corporation should be allowed.
Lar dos lar. Diria eu se esta casa fosse lar, como não é, diga apenas.
仲談乜嘢任何福利啦？
另外，加拿大公共雇員工會在安省裁。
2 to it. 3 plus 2 equals 5 Beantown Street. Let's go!
Tessa leads Oswald and Orla.
Understand. You can rip a hole in the space-time continuum, but you can't bring one teeny tiny flower back to life?
On YTV, also streaming on Stack TV.
Together like King's Hawaiian. See Disney's Lilo and Stitch only in theaters May 23rd.
This is a story about my son's dream. He bought a bike to take part in the ride.
Our killer's next go.
And hell-bent on revenge.
I met up with Nancy Sanderson from Hope River Farms for a hands-on farming experience.
Indicating there was interest among potential buyers in.
Yann Sommier a commencé ici, il a commencé à travailler autour, à fendre du bois sans surveillance. Là, puis...
Anti-inflammatory, a natural health product that helps relieve joint pain. Genicol anti-inflammatory stands out with turmeric curcumin.
Looking to buy a home in Herefordshire will find typical cost to be a little lower than the UK as a whole. The average price.
Howard and Raj sit at the Cheesecake Factory.
Still moping. Yeah, it's weird. Even everything you got.
Brian cuts the old door frame and knocks it out with a hammer.
Thing that MTV did and blew it up, like it was like to the nth degree of what the Hamptons probably is.
Yeah. Clear that he has no use for me, and I'm good with that.
Okay, but everyone's also saying.
Harris, I can't co-sign for you. We don't know when Ben's going to start bringing in money.
$1 million? Impossible. Even if he wanted to, he couldn't float enough bonds to cover the cost.
What happened, Bracken Reed? How did he find out we were watching him?
I don't know, sir.
Administered by the CBSC. If you have a comment to make about our programming.
Good, starting with skin.
Okay, so let's start with that skin. What are we talking about?
Okay, so
7-3 Virgin Radio wants to pay your way. Listen to Bailey and Johnny for.
In terms of what needs to go in every single villa, so that every villa has 8 bath towels, 8 hand towels.
We salvage them? These floors are rough. I mean, the amount of time. You can't salvage anything?
Your Sid Vicious picture to be in the exhibit. We were in a sound check in Texas.
Ich nicht gewonnen.
cheers! It's so pretty, I don't even want to drink it.
Okay.
What do you do if your child needs hospital treatment, but your family lives far away? Ronald.
Trusted bag to help your beloved leftovers last longer. For the love of food, Ziploc.
SC.
Patriote, donc une bonne douche est attendue. On parle le samedi, surtout des précipitations qui seront beaucoup plus convectives. Donc.
This is the fun part.
Date back more than 4,700 years is
Stop this, please.
Okay, you know what?
Il va pas bien du tout. Parce que Tom et Ulysse étaient ses amis. Quand mon père a racheté il Giardino...
Parce que tu peux être défaussé.
Tu peux être défaussé assez
Fais peine attention.
De voyage, quand même, ça a créé quelque chose. Ça a engendré des moments qui peuvent parfois être pénibles dans la vie. Et c'est les fameuses anecdotes.
C'est tellement évident. Encore une fois, on a attendu l'inévitable et voilà.
Votre travail vous suit partout. Il est temps d'embaucher. Vous avez besoin d'Indeed. Quand vous commanditez une...
Parce que c'est Sheila. Elle a essayé de tuer ma...
Garçon, t'as-tu une minute? On mangeait de la pizza tous les quatre, donc je te laisse sortir puis je te demande pardon.
Il n'y en est juste pas question.
Son concert, il était incroyable. Vous savez, Tom était quelqu'un qui savait mettre le public dans sa poche.
On aime les malheurs aussi.
Oui.
Je veux dire,
Gamble on movie night to be able to get the best seat in the house. And that's just no longer the case here, folks. And
Mais tout est allé très vite.
Oui, et on a appris que c'était une overdose. C'est tellement triste.
Ce matin. Vous me suivez?
D'hôtel et ne pas être ensemble.
Daniela?
Ah, ne vous inquiétez pas. Ma présence...
Le retour de 22 heures. Fait que j'ai vomi à l'aéroport, j'ai...
Sans vraiment s'entendre.
Sur la Lune. En attendant, attache ta tuque et va voir les autres capsules avec Madeleine sur la chaîne YouTube de TF.
C'est...
on continue.
Comment travaille une traductrice ou un traducteur à l'Assemblée nationale?
Et donc, chaque fois que je pense qu'un travailleur de droit...
Le phénomène de la grande démission, il y a beaucoup de gens qui songent, qui remettent en question leur travail de plus en plus, beaucoup après la...
And sometimes we get red cloud in the morning. We say sailors take warning. Not in this case. The weekend looks very nice, and we are...
On Royal American workers. Historic civil rights legislation that led to a more...
Home. 2 hours ago, I had no idea what a...
We all celebrated Ashok and his foundation to...
Then I'm going to have one more push at getting in dialysis.
I will come into this
organization. We have volunteers that are working in our nursery that are growing the trees that then we give.
I came into work or material prospects, and then I found it and friends, and I rediscovered the power of prayer.
No place like it.
So this must be the place.
This spring on Home Network.
That's why only Dawn is trusted to save wildlife.
Yeah.
That are working in our nursery that are growing the trees that then we give to.
部分人吧，一部分是刚开始进入职业的，当然就是。
Burnham Drive and view the largest selection of vehicles Peterborough has to offer.
So, totally crankless.
Totally coverage. The nice thing about this product is it's buildable, so you can use as much as you need.
Live Claritin Clear.
Confirming cause of death by blunt decoratives.
And I have never been to a rave, and we asked Mark.
You want a game? Bring it on. Ah! Oh my God!
The president.
I didn't think there was such a thing as too much butter.
Oh, no, there isn't.
With a 360-degree swivel head that goes places a regular mop.
Que lo lancé el año pasado y entonces ese tema va a estar definitivamente.
It's business. This is a selection room. They were attached to the inside of.
Too much damage on them would take too much time. Get your spots in this morning. All right, let's go. Oh, I got the heavy end. I think it's called Hernia Tuesday. So to put those new doors in, you know, it.
The second one is unhealthy. The first one says, "I'm really sorry, I'm a count."
And whites and grays. Yes. Okay, good. Then, well, then we're okay. Then this accent wall.
Quality made furniture from someone with over 100 years of history in Canada. So don't stand.
And now I've left my whole family vulnerable.
You got in over your head. You know what happened?
Okay, so those people who chose to be alone in the end, how did the families react?
It's certainly a surprising house, but I have to say it's amazing, stupendous, wonderful.
There was original 4x6 photos that have been here since the start of the hotel.
Drew's reasons.
Because this is the perfect time to steal Michael's children out from under.
The majority of people don't know the true story.
They had a feeling this wasn't going to.
Their hair in one bathroom. Voom picks up all the hair. It's very lightweight and very easy to use.
And at under 2 pounds.
We just have to get back on our feet. So let's persevere.
Master Ramen with an award-winning chef. Dive into under.
Today, we're a taxi service.
We're an elite team of agents.
Taxi service.
It's something that I learned from my mom because it's like she did so many times that I'm still trying.
I gotta go. Thanks for dinner.
Sure.
Sir, you haven't shared the pot for the red section. Cynthia, what's Glenn going to do? Is he going to vote to acquit that man?
The hope is to eventually release him back into the wild. He's playing with a stuffed animal.
And, you know, because of what you do and who you are, have you seen any yet?
I have. I've seen a.
He said to you?
So on May 6th, I told him I was going to be leaving because I felt sexually harassed by him.
Just over 20 volunteers here to clean up inside and outside and provide.
Amassed a collection. That imagery is the only way you saw it. And the
hot water tank and get hot water flowing throughout the house. Medical devices.
Providers and all the little things, but they don't actually declare.
You could lose your own child.
What's up? Today we're talking snack.
On your period, sudden gushes happen. Say goodbye.
Join us at the Cascade PBS Ideas Festival on May 31st in downtown.
Kissing would be heaven, so I kissed a boy.
Or 7.
Mononucleosis has got you on your knees.
We'll say the same thing about some of our fans in this next segment.
For the last game and watch the Islanders win their next Stanley Cup.
Sebastian Dimitrov, he's only 10 years.
At sunset, Rory continues his...
Park my big ass in front and, you know, create havoc.
But he was 1 foot out the door.
Download the browser extension and shop as usual. And click to activate.
Bring ultimate control with the precision of a steering wheel. It's and with 22 horsepower, it cuts up to 2.5 acres on a single charge. Powered by Ego's patent.
Up and going around town saying Josh is intimidated. He doesn't want me here because I'm going to sell a lot of business. Like, yeah.
Arrest. He's not in custody. He's not charged, and he's coming in.
Hair in a single stroke. That's smooth. The best your game can get is Gillette Labs.
Salonpas.
It's over 50. How can I help?
Hi, I'd like a quick quote for Canadian seniors life insurance, please.
If you're a Canadian resident age 50 to
Febreze doesn't cover odors with scent, but fights them and freshens. Over 1,000 uses. Febreze Fabric Refresher.
These dynamics require more investment, whether it's supply chains, defense.
Inclusive, multicultural communities.
In an era where truth is under siege, disinformation.
Position of lead. Having 2 batches of lead that are similar, the FBI rated that.
You get your podcasts.
Up next, why the wealthiest Americans could have a big win
as the next generation begin to make their mark.
The outside world, the larger labor movement, certainly. And, you know, when I was elected,
just because I'm a softie and a people pleaser, and I don't want to upset my kids either. So that's
a celebration of strength. We have to be so brave as single.
Je vais faire mieux.
Câlin de famille.
C'est la dernière fois que j'ai vu Hollis. Je m'en veux d'avoir été aussi...
Finally, they're ready to battle! Now, race over and battle it out!
News, Ollie. It's your turn to present the Civic Excellence Award, which, if you've been paying attention, and I'm going...
Awesome driving, Bam!
Hey, not bad!
You were right. The more I drove the big...
Can't sell downstairs tickets to you people.
how dare they?
Yes, Chef. All new. Monday at
program as they experience the love of Christ and overcome substance addiction.
You're going to get the latest in iOS 18. It's out 18.4.1, which means
in the Global TV app.
Hello, Intact Insurance. We had a collapsed pipe and it caused flooding in our basement.
Relationship. So what does that mean?
It means we
Grease getter.
Dad, don't forget about my new cleats.
Sweetie, I can't make it to Dick's this week.
Have you heard of Dix.com?
I don't think that's why I don't want to take it.
for sure.
Excuse me?
Magnetized target fusion. Compress a smaller plasma load with implode.
Another dream about.
You see, when Adam and Eve were in the garden, because of their sin, they lost some things. They lost their relationship with God.
Use a coaster.
Just listen to me, all right? Look, this whole thing started as a...
For us also, when we come, to pray for these people, I remember...
And ever. Amen. Peace of the Lord be with you always. Let us...
Mes pièces favorites. Sinon, j'ai aussi un point faible.
Oh, now don't you start crying. You get in that spaceship. Mommy's late for Indian bingo.
About that?
No, Summer. Everything is fine.
I definitely would have skipped this.
Could have just closed.
No regrets at all.
No.
Sometimes we were quite exhausted. We sort of sit slumped.
I never lost faith. I never did. I believe she come
through the bathroom.
Around there in the two-bedroom, right.
A simple drapery, some pillows is a perfect place to read a book.
TV will come home when he's ready.
Yeah.
Peanuts and a caramel core that get the job done. So you can think of it as a tool to be kept here or...
Support is pouring in from
Mass General Brigham.
Summer's here. And here.
Now from the longest
Old or tired, Absolute Construction Group is changing the art of siding and roofing with certified, trusted
of photography that was always with you.
It's one of the most time hours, and we could have a rumble of thunder or two. So once again, Sunday looks
secret, no sweat.
Welcome to this year's championship game.
With MX Platinum.
Next on Beyond the Gates.
What can I say when I'm good?
Add more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber. For $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
With Chime, I'm saving hundreds of dollars a year, and I'm using that extra.
Throughout the final hours, a steady stream of valuable.
It's time to get what you need to do just that. For a limited time, get 20% off almost everything.
Menu. Try my new scrambled eggs loaded breakfast box.
Ego, the #1 rated branded cordless to power the unexpected, all on one battery platform. Experience the industry's most powerful with advanced digital controls. A string trimmer so.
Why did he do that?
One of the real treats you can get at the Golden One Center, a jar of man.
C'est l'affaire la plus cute de la Terre.
Les poilus, dimanche.
Moi, je suis choquée parce que Gabriel, c'était quelqu'un de vraiment gentil. Il était...
Apollo accusé d'agression sexuelle sur sa fille.
Il fait face à 5 chefs d'accusation pour des événements.
De pressage?
Oui.
Donc, c'est d'ici le 31 mars. Et là, attention, vous allez peut-être avoir des...
Every lesson we share, every hand. It's not unusual for us. We got a full price.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, honey, you can't leave. You gotta stay. You gotta come back on the show. That was so good, right, y'all?
Oh, you know what else was so good? The kindness circle.
Hey, you guys were amazing.
Amazing.
amazing. Really, truly, truly, truly. Thank you so much for coming. We want to wish everybody a safe and fun long weekend ahead, everybody. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye-bye.
Multiple jury members feel we are being judged and made fun of by lawyers Daniel Brown.
This is...
Good evening. Those stories in a moment, but we begin with breaking news tonight. The RCMP...
Big ambitions.
First, we won MasterChef, and now we're heading on an epic...
نشرة الأخبار العربية من أمني نيوز، أهلا بكم.
Hamilton versus Green.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Miss Hamilton, it is your...
Don't exist. No, because I am saving them for court.
Have you seen Ally McBeal here?
It looks like.
I don't agree that the windows are new. They don't look new to me. Maybe it's just the screens are old.
Windows do look almost new, so I know what you're talking about.
They're totally not new.
Let's go in and see what the inside looks like. If it looks anything like the outside, it might be worth pursuing.
Let's.
Yeah?
Whoa!
Examination by Combs' legal team. One of their final questions to Ventura was about an Instagram post shortly after.
Good evening, 870, maintaining 290 over Puma.
Roger. Proceed, Latina. Fonzo.
Nervous. I don't know why.
Because we're about to have a baby.
I'm excited to be welcoming baby number.
With points!
And you get 5 times the points on things like groceries, dining.
This was on the very edge of Rome's eastern border.
Boing, boing, boing.
Sorry, loose lid on my jelly.
Let you make your perfect mix of sweet and sour. With Juicy Drop Pop and gummies, you always get your perfect mix. Juicy Drop.
Beat kids! Beat kids!
That robot's threatening the kids. Everyone's leaving.
It's so beautiful.
That's less than I thought, and that money could help cover my funeral costs, settle debts, or help my wife with retirement planning.
You can spend a night somewhere with just you and your girl, or your guy, or Jeff from accounting. Maybe Jeff's fun to hang with. Hotels.com. Stay 10 nights, earn a...
Mais des amis de Gabriel à qui j'ai parlé croient qu'il aurait voulu protéger une autre personne. Je vous...
Ok, détends. Et...
Vous êtes 4 personnes dans l'équipe. Quand elle ballon.
Vous n'avez pas suivi ce qui se passe. L'Amérique est tout à fait ouverte pour les affaires.
La circulation était aussi difficile au Japon en raison d'une série d'éruptions du volcan Sakurajima. Les cendres volcaniques ont...
C'est pas raisonnable. Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? On va où?
On va au tribunal administratif.
C'est vraiment
du
ça qu'il
logement.
faut faire.
En fait, je dis, l'avis doit être envoyé par écrit avant le 31 mars là, pour un bail d'un...
Réel qu'on me demande d'avoir.
L'ampoule, 1,5 V.
1,5 volts. Alors, je vous...
particularly for dairy cows. It contains 23% protein, 20% fat, and 25% fiber.
For this cook, all you're gonna need is chocolate, strawberries, that's it.
The two smack the control console recklessly.
Hold it! Don't touch anything. I gotta go grab some 1/16-inch diet.
The following program is available with
Anything unusual the past few weeks?
Not really. The only thing I can think of is he went off book 2 days ago for a couple of hours.
Okay.
Said he had a doctor's appointment. Didn't ring true.
Oh, help us. Stop. We're starving. We planned this amazing meal with the caterers, and we haven't had a bite of it.
Every time we get near the...
But he never submitted. And I submitted it.
Wait, why would you do that? You know.
Wave is definitely over, and we are getting back into the wintry precip. We have a chance of seeing some possibly some freezing rain, some snow on it.
Up for peanut butter and jelly day.
One.
Oh, geez.
So bright.
Yeah.
The space.
Right at the first cockadoodle.
There's a spare bunk in our tent. Solved.
Involved in anything dangerous or illegal?
No, not that I know of, no.
Was there anyone in his life that might have wanted to harm him?
Laura shakes her head.
There was that thing the other day, remember?
Pour nos téléspectateurs ayant une déficience visuelle, Météo Média offre une audio-description des bulletins météo régionaux pendant les prévisions locales toutes les 10 minutes.
Salut!
Et mettre des graines rouges. Ok, chicoté.
Et donc, qu'est-ce que ça apporte au corps?
Eh ben, de la détente, au niveau de la circulation, enfin...
Fire and wind. Visit systemcare.ca.
Were you quoted that doesn't get any higher than the level that you wrapped at?
In September 2022, Stay was staffed.
The trauma scene response, and that's the inter-facility stuff. So we play to each.
The vegetables, rice wine, soy sauce.
Right now at Old Navy. Juicy looks, juicier prices. Get freshly picked looks for the whole family.
Even hit the table and my mouth's watering. Smells real good. Really nice savory flavor. It's got the beautiful soft protein of the beef, noodles, and this delicious broth.
Permission before using someone's perfume. Now, spray your arm or wherever you want your tattoo with even more perfume.
Now, all we need are the rocket ship wings. So, what do you think?
Severe weather outbreak day. We will watch the skies for storms, but they do not seem like they'll be coming together as a huge outbreak. Maybe just a couple of them become severe. And then
clean. Cascade. No pre-wash, no rewash, or your money back.
Domino's new Reggie Begelton could not be stopped on this run, channeling his inner beast mode.
On 2nd and 10, hard count. Jake Merritt gets the 5-man rush, gets it out of his hands. Reggie Begelton.
That's not a terp. Again, I feel like our terp is more aesthetically pleasing. That's
we can't. All the way down at the 2-yard line. From 2nd and 10 at the 43.
Round.
Yeah. It turned them around. They became, that night, they became a different team. And I have to give Paul credit for that. And that was a drastic move. Sometimes you do that, you can lose your team as well. You know, you can lose your team if you blow the guys are looking, who's this crazy guy on the bench? But this group
laughing and they kicked me out of class.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we would have gotten there too.
You're doing epidural, right?
Are you kidding me?
So she can be a victim at the same time, but the issue in
That was fast.
Save up to $1,000 on a new AC and pay $0 up front with standard installation.
All on Reliance.
Out of nowhere, this beautiful beam of light shined towards me.
It was huge. Doodle. Hold that right there. You're no match for my Doodle Squad. Yeah.
Trying to focus.
Sorry. Could you...
Oh! They're wheels! And they're headed right for you, Blaze!
Whoa!
This Gil used to be his boss, so maybe Gil could help us. And I know just where...
Results that you want, but it's also a good feeling knowing that we were happy with our playoff performance. We just came up short.
You can be unhappy where you're at. Like, we didn't win. Like, I'm going to be unhappy every time that happens. Like, and you can be unhappy where you're at, but it doesn't mean you're not happy with where you're going.
Now, the Scepters lost in overtime to the Minnesota.
To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
We're social. Follow us on these social media platforms to see our trending content.
Jacqueline Whittall's hair provided by Ford Salon.
Welcome to National Forecast. Meteorologist Laura Power, meteorologist Amadi Pirwal. We saw some storms roll through southern Ontario overnight through early Friday morning. Here's a snapshot from our very own Mark Robinson getting the many bright flashes of lightning, Amin.
Yeah, this definitely woke me up, and I was really confused to seeing all that lightning out there. But we're going to continue to see active weather, Laura, once again through the overnight.
Yes, we are. Once again, nocturnal storms, severe possible for southwestern Ontario throughout the night. Heavy rain, strong wind gusts, and a chance at some hail. The risk continues in through Saturday, so long weekend looking to be a little stormy to start off. Severe shifts eastward, but we still have a region for non-severe throughout southern Ontario.
Yeah, it's going to be primarily triggered, as we mentioned, through the overnight hours, especially along this cold front here. So enjoy your evening, lots of sunshine before we get into a little bit of a soggy pattern this long weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. It's More heavy rainfall for southern Quebec and down the St. Lawrence. We could see anywhere up to about 30 millimeters through Monday for southern Ontario, so not a washout by any means, but definitely keep the umbrella handy for sure.
Yeah, Quebec's going to be seeing about 48 hours of severe weather.
Wow. Switching on over to the East Coast, this is actually a photo taken by my mom out in Twilligate back on Wednesday. She got to see the icebergs for the first time. Have you seen icebergs before, Amin?
I haven't. This is a sign for me to go out there.
Yes, it is. And many of you, if you are at Newfoundland, get out to see the icebergs. It's iceberg season. Now, what's going on weather-wise?
Yeah, it's going to be quite a calm day today. You could be seeing some showers across the Maritimes. Newfoundland, it's going to be a great long weekend for you before this system slowly makes its way across late Sunday.
Yeah, we're seeing some pretty daunting rainfall totals for the Maritimes and not a scratch for Newfoundland.
Yeah, heavier totals we're looking at in between 20 to 30 millimeters of rain, but of course, if you're under a cell, that will be heavier downpours for you.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it looks like St. John's, you might be winning the long weekend lottery. In terms of temperatures, we're seeing this lobe of cold air get sucked into that low pressure system, going to plummet temperatures across central.
Now that's coming. We'll talk about that in a second, but Laura, the temperatures, they're not really reaching close to the 20-degree mark.
No, these are for the eastern half of the country. No one really crossing that 20-degree mark, and even out west, barely anyone until next Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to see quite seasonal temperatures for most of the country here, but as we continue to go through the day today, thunderstorms are going to be quite a threat across Alberta, not only Friday, but even into Saturday as well. But that snow that we were mentioning, that's going to be quite the theme across Manitoba and northern Ontario.
Yeah, they've had the wildfires out in Manitoba and northwestern Ontario, so some helpful rain is hopefully going to continue dampening the grounds through the rest of today. But yeah, as Amin mentioned, there's a look at those wildfires. It's shifting wind direction coming from the north, so that means colder air is surging in. We're going to see possibly pushing the freezing mark, and yeah, some of the blue stuff pushing in.
Yeah, it's going to be primarily Saturday overnight temperatures close to the freezing mark here. So as we go through late Saturday into Sunday, that's where we could see most of that snow. But notice that most of it's going to melt on contact.
Yeah, the ground is, still a little bit warmer than the air, so we might not see a lot of it accumulate on the ground. There's that storm risk you were mentioning for Alberta, also continuing in through interior BC, stretching all the way up towards the Northern Territories. Non-severe thunderstorms, though.
Yeah, temperatures are going to be quite on the cooler side, but majority of the wildfires in BC have been due to the lightning here. But active pattern, once again, that begins across BC this weekend.
Yeah, pretty widespread rain, and then this low pressure system almost backs up and brings more rain. Heaviest totals along the southern shores, the southern foothills, the Alberta-U.S. border, as well as throughout the interior, where we could see some pretty heavier pockets of rain in the coastal regions as well.
Yeah, the heaviest across north and central coast, but notice across the lower mainland, we're ranging between 20 to 30 millimeters. So Sunday looks quite dry here, but through the day today and even into tomorrow, we're looking at some heavier downpours.
Yeah, stay with us as we continue to break down your long weekend forecast for everyone across Canada.
Spot a cool cloud or some wonderful wildlife? Use hashtag #ShareYourWeather to submit photos and videos with us on social.
Could make a good pet.
Either they're telling the truth or it's a hoax.
To provide feedback on our regional audio description weather reports or to report any barriers to enjoying our services, email us at accessibility@pelmorex.com.
Out of nowhere, this beautiful beam of light shined towards me.
How would you two like to earn a free lunch? Alrighty.
You saved the toy store! Now if only there was something...
Ziploc.
SC Johnson. At Wayfair, we get pretty excited about furniture. Around here, it's not a patio, it's a patio. Oh, I love those chairs.
Shed-tastic.
Girl, you nailed it!
No, this set, it's just a couple of screws. Wayfair, every style, every home.
For those of us who are partially blind, accessing information can be a struggle. A white cane is still our traditional method of communicating our situation to others that we can wear. Please look for the symbol, now being used in many countries around the world. Though wearing this won't improve our access to information, it will help you understand us. For details, visit checkeredeye.com and please pass it on.
According to Inuit folklore, the sea goddess known as Nulyayuk, or Sedna, is the keeper of all sea animals. She must be kept happy if the ocean is to keep providing us with food.
First, we won J.D. Power, ranking Ram the #1 brand in new vehicle quality. Then we won 2025 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, we're throwing our weight around even more with the new Ram Heavy Duty. Well, you know what they say. You win some, you win some. And every win is inspired by the ones who drive us. Ram, built to serve.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network to help you plan your activity. Long-term forecast for your area.
Completing our family. We're done having babies.
Yeah, I'm not sad. We're done. 5 is enough. We're good.
Everybody's entitled to his own opinion. Just because Truman desegregated the troops doesn't mean that I...
Making the right choices, like eating right and staying healthy. And another thing I can choose is how to look after my family if anything ever happens.
Vraiment pas de présence de moustiques sous les précipitations qui vont durer pour la journée de dimanche. Donc, journée nuageuse, des températures qui vont diminuer.
This piece of metal the same shape as the hole?
Mark, I've done. Spence Ulch and I have a 10 a.m. with Bob Stillman.
Just have a seat. He'll be with you in a moment.
Well, it was a real pleasure meeting you, Mr. Gable.
Call me Clark. Let's make this happen.
To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
Want to access your weather at any time? Search for the Weather Network in your TV app store and access your weather today.
Welcome to your Victoria Day long weekend forecast. Meteorologists Laura Power, Amadou Purewal. We have a low-pressure system that's creating some havoc across the country.
Yeah, this brought heavy downpours across Manitoba and northwestern Ontario. This is slowly making its way across Ontario and eastern Canada as we go through tonight.
Yeah, we've got some storm risks in place for overnight. Once again, nocturnal storms, severe possible region for southwestern Ontario, bringing the same hazards, heavy downpours, some stronger wind gusts in those thunderstorm cells, and that shifts a little bit further eastward for down the St. Lawrence, Quebec City, over to Montreal for the severe possible. For Saturday, non-severe as we get into southern Ontario.
Yeah, this low pressure system is going to be quite slow, so as it continues to spin up behind it, we're still looking at some lingering showers through the weekend across Ontario, but notice it's just along the frontier that's going to be quite elevated.
Yeah, that's going to be the trigger for the instability, and as Aman mentioned, we're going to see some lingering showers, maybe some rumbles behind the system as temperatures unfortunately drop for the weekend. So Friday.
The rainfall totals, Laura, we're still looking at some Hefty total, especially across Quebec. We're looking at range between 50 to 75 millimeters.
Yeah, that's some pretty daunting totals for rainfall. Now, the system is also going to be impacting Atlantic Canada just a day later, right, Almond?
Yeah, heavier downpours across the Maritimes. Newfoundland will be in quite a treat, high pressure in place, so we're looking at sunny conditions for you this weekend. But notice it's going to be quite slow moving as well, so we're looking at pretty damp conditions.
Yeah, some pretty heavy totals for the Maritimes, but really not much to speak of for Newfoundland. So they are going to win the long weekend forecast, although chilly is still being single digits, but no rain to speak of.
Yeah, not comparable to the summer-like heat that you felt on Wednesday and Thursday. It's going to be quite a plot twist this weekend because temperatures are just going to cool down.
Yeah, take a look at St. John's in the single digits, but all the sunshine, whereas we're still unsettled across the Maritimes. Back over to Quebec, we've got, again, unsettled conditions persisting. It wouldn't be May 2-4 if it wasn't, unsettled conditions. Ontario, similar story, cooling down. We'll notice the 20s, maybe 22 in Ottawa, cooling down to the mid to low teens following that.
Yeah, but notice even Monday sunshine might return, but across the Prairie provinces, we do have a risk of thunderstorms for Saturday.
Yeah, also unsettled. It's the weekend of unsettledness across Canada. And finally out to BC, where we have more rain showers, but we will see some breaks with some sun there. Talking for the next 5 days, notice the 20-degree line, nobody's really above it.
Yeah, we saw most of that heat peak on Friday here, but into the long range, we're just going to be cooler than seasonal. The same story across the Prairie provinces, but there is a spike of temperatures as we head into early next week.
Nestled on the banks of the Ottawa River, Ottawa is a vibrant fusion of rich history, diverse culture, stunning architecture, and natural beauty. Must-see attractions include the Byward Market, one of Canada's oldest and most vibrant markets, the Rideau Canal, world's longest skating rink by winter, and a boaters' and cyclists' paradise by summer. Ottawa is also home to countless festivals and world-class museums and galleries. And of course, the heart of our democracy, Parliament Hill. Here is the forecast for our nation's capital. Wherever you are, get a precise weather forecast by activating your location in the Weather Network app.
Adventures! Pokemon Horizons, Saturday afternoons on YTV.
To the Jericho!
There's a new team of heroes hopping into action.
Yeah!